So this is a special yoga in Hollywood or just yoga video. It's a very special one to me. I'm all the way here in Dominican Republic in this video. I came here to reconcile some, you know, things that lasted with my father. He passed away when I was only 8 months old. Um, my mom might show up in the video somewhere. I don't know, but this is my father's backyard. I may post some clips of the rest of the property. But the reason why I'm doing this video is because it's about growing up without your dad. And I'm not sure how this affects women, but for sure in this journey, I can talk about how it affects men because I'm a man. Let me get down here with you. So, yeah, growing up without your dad I could say is very challenging. It's hard. I can say that it's made me, and I don't want to say it's made me, but it's influenced me in making a lot of mistakes. Mistakes where I listen to my emotions a lot because it's like a void. And one of my other videos I talked about, dealing with your dark side, and I decided to go full force into that. My dark side happens to be the void that my father left behind. I'm going to try and finish this little series before I leave because tomorrow I'm supposed to be flying back. But this is a personal one for you guys. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Hopefully you sit through it if you feel like this is resonating with you. I'm drinking coffee. Um, the void. Let's talk about the void a little bit. As a child, you know, I found myself being a bit of a people pleaser. I was constantly trying to please people because when I discovered that my father was gone, I was only 7. My mom kept it a secret from me for a long time. She didn't know how to break the news to me. She didn't know how to tell me. So when I finally found out and I was introduced to God the way I was introduced to God as in God was my father. And that made me question life so much because how can my father be in the skies? And I think in another video, I was talking about the difference between being religious and being spiritual. And I feel that it made me more of a spiritual person than religious because when you try to make sense of it, death and stuff like that in a religious aspect, you would feel like God is a tyrant instead of loving. And I'm not going to say we all know, but in my experience, my logic didn't want to make sense of that. It just couldn't. Why would God take my father away if God loves me? Why would God do that? Most of my life, it was like that. Most of my life was like that all through elementary school, middle school, high school. And it also impacted my relationships too. You know, I put a lot of pressure on the women in my life that I was involved with. They, uh, they tried to, well, not that they tried to, but they unknowingly were filling in the void that I was experiencing with the absence of my father. And it led me to constantly seek validation all the time. It's tough, reaching a certain, well, early midlife, because I'm 35 in this video, early midlife, you get to a certain point where it's like, yo, what the hell is the problem? Why do I keep having these same patterns, these same attachments to people, places, and things? And it's been a journey to unravel all this stuff, man. And the thing is, we want to avoid it. We want to avoid unraveling these things, but we shouldn't. I'm telling you, as a man, don't avoid it. I know that, and this might be biased, but it's based on what I see on the social media. It's encouraged for women to do all the unraveling and to find themselves because we call women crazy, and they're not. They're just very sensitive. They're very sensitive to the experience. While for us, we're told from birth to dull our emotional experience, so like that we can make logical decisions. But honestly, I feel like emotion can't survive without logic, and logic can't survive without emotion. You can't be in one extreme, because then you're closing the door on the whole experience of emotions, and then you feel extremely misunderstood when you finally tap into your feelings. Like, they're so used to you being this logical person, and when you're finally expressing yourself, now you're just mad, you're angry, you're furious. And I'm sure a lot of men experience this thing where they're like, why is it that everybody always thinks I'm mad? What if I'm just hurt? I'm hurt because everything that I wanted isn't coming true, and I'm so identified with my accomplishments that if they don't happen, I'm not a man. Just checking to see if this still has battery, you know? And to unknow that, impossible for us. When I mean by us, I mean us men. Impossible for us to unlearn that if we don't accomplish these things, that we're still men. Make that make sense? We're still men. We're still men if we don't accomplish these things. Come on, yo. The whole world is based on men's accomplishments. But it's like, tell me if I'm wrong here. It's like the whole world's already been built. Everything's been built. I came here to my father's property. He's already built. He already did it. God rest his soul. He already did it. And here I am trying to get to this point here, trying to do the same legacy. Where in the times that we live now, to create some sort of legacy like that, it's almost impossible. Almost impossible. Almost impossible. With bank loans and stuff like that, you have to have a certain credit score, you have to have a certain job. So many things out of our control, right? So many things. So, you know, it's kind of like, here's where I bring yoga into people's lives. It's like, how do we like accept all that, right? How do we accept the circumstances that we're in? How do we accept the situations? How do we do that? How do we accept all that? In my experience, I've been having such a hard time with accepting that there's nothing I can do but just keep trying to express the things that are on my mind, express the things, the inner child in me, like the kid that used to, play with the GI Joes and the imagination. Like, we're trying to express that as adults without looking crazy, right? Don't do that, it makes you look crazy. And what I'm noticing is that adults are more encouraged to be more deviant, explore more of their sexuality than their imagination, because there they can be childlike in sexuality. That creates more attachment. Expressing yourself through your sexuality will create more attachment with other people. You have to be careful. I want to heal that, man. I want the Peter Pan in me to come back out. Don't let the beard and the nice eyes fool you. I still feel things too. Still feel things too. And all of this is this conversation I'm having with you because of my dad. I don't have that man to put that hand on my shoulder and say, good job. Good job. I'm not saying that a woman's hand, like my mother's, ain't enough, but she also didn't have her father tapping her shoulder saying, good job. The importance of having a male figure in your life, which I question, is like, why does it have to be male? Why does it have to be a man? Why can't it just be a good role model? I've read so many books, man. So many books. I've listened to so many audios. I'll name a few. Earl Nightingale, amazing. Brene Brown, she dives a lot into vulnerability. Wayne Dyer, that's the guy I wanted to say. Wayne Dyer, amazing, amazing when it came to the Tao. But you probably wonder, right? Like, why do I want to learn so much about spirituality and dive deep when like everybody else just doesn't care, right? Bro, I ask myself the same question. As a male yoga instructor, oh man, automatically people think that I'm just in it for hookups. I'm trying to hook up. You'd be surprised how unattractive it is when someone's trying to come on to you when you're trying to teach them something about themselves. It can be very, very unattractive and very demotivating, man. Tempting, but for what? What karma would I create for myself? Like I just talked to you about earlier, I'm gonna express my imagination, my inner child through sexuality, so I can create attachment in someone, and also in myself. That's sacred, yo. I tell you because I used to be married, and when I was married, because of the void going on in this one, my marriage didn't last. Wasn't putting enough attention towards the marriage. Just focusing all on validation, man. And it's a lot to put on one person. It's a lot to put on one person. Putting all that pressure on one person for you to be validated is very hard. You have to acknowledge your void, man. Acknowledge your void. Know that it's real. Talk on it. And for the listener, if someone starts to talk to you about their void, that's a very big chair that you're sitting in. They sat you down in the chair of their mind and said, please listen. Be very careful, because in that position you have to just listen. Just listen and help them figure it out. You might not have the answers for them, and you got to be honest with them. I don't have the answers for you, but I'm going to listen. I'm going to help you find those answers, man, because in the end, everybody's experiencing life on their own. Even if they have a partner, even if they have friends, family, everyone is experiencing life on their own. Sorry, somebody was calling me. Everybody. Everybody's experiencing life on their own, man. So to anybody listening to this piece right here about the void, being fatherless or even motherless, because I don't want to make it exclusive to you not just having your dad, right? I don't want that to be just the case. Be open about it. Be brave. Try to seek as much counsel as possible and find a medium. What I mean by a medium is something, whether it's writing, painting, dancing, some form of physical activity, and use it. Use it to express it. Don't make my mistake. I mean, I can call it a mistake because I reflect and I feel like I could have done things differently. But don't make my mistake in the sense where you weren't expressing it hard enough. When you do begin to express, this is going to be hard right here. Have no expectations, because I had a lot of expectations with the people I was expressing these things to. A lot. I expected them all to just understand and to be there for me. But that's where your narcissist takes over, and it's like, if everything is like this, then I'll be okay. And then sometimes everybody gives you your little box, and then you want to break out of it. You got your box, it's comfortable, you bought furniture for it, you clean the windows, turns into a little house, and then you just want to break out of it. And you don't understand why you want to break out of it. You don't understand. You don't understand why you want to break out of it now, even though you wanted it so bad. You don't understand. Be kind with yourself, because you don't know. And know that someone like me too, I don't know if I'm someone important to you while you're watching this video, if I've created a connection with you right now as you watch this. But even someone like me is going through those things. I'm not saying that you should just become a monk now and understand that everybody has problems and you should understand everyone's problems before yours. Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying understand your problems more than anybody else's. Understand yours more than anybody. Understand why you. And when you find those moments when you're alone, man, just, even though it's hard, just learn to sit with it. Because that's what I've been doing for the last, what, 2 years, maybe 3? Just sitting with it, saying, damn, what could have I done differently? What I'm coming out of right now is not dwelling in the what could have I done differently too much, but learning from it and then doing something differently, which is this. A lot of people tell me that I should be sharing this information, so therefore I am. I'm not sure what it's going to do for you, but maybe it might unlock something in you. Maybe it might show you that you're not alone. Maybe it might make you feel less crazy. There's so much that can be said. So much. And all of this, again, bring it back. Because I don't have my dad in that void. But although I'm aware of that, me expressing all this to you fills it up. That's my journey. I don't know what yours is, but that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to tell you you're right or wrong. I'm here to help you see what's right or what's wrong for you, and then you go with that. Because everyone's mind is a universe, and you're the only one in that universe experiencing you. I hope this video gives you some sort of peace. If you like this video, if you got to the end, like, subscribe, share, comment, send me a message. And if you feel like I should talk about things that maybe you have a hard time expressing, just let me know. Maybe I have an experience for my own life that might have the words that you don't have for yours that you need. I'm of service to you. And with that being said, you are love, you are light, you are energy, but most importantly, you are unconditional understanding. Namaste.